Presentation of the day is from AB Street. Dustin, are you ready?
Yes. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Dustin with AB Street, and today I worked with Michael Kirk on improving some graphical elements. So AB Street is a traffic simulation game that lets citizens pinpoint problems that they experience on their day-to-day commute, and then attempt to use the game to improve it. So just to give a quick view of what some of the graphics look like now, to put the other changes in context. If you zoom in on a particular road, you see a lot of details about like individual lanes. You see different groups of vehicles and people and bikes move around. And notably, all of the buildings are just these kind of anonymous gray polygons. You don't really know what is in each building. So today we worked on a bunch of different experiments. I'm not sure which ones will kind of survive. But to start with, just attempting kind of a color scheme to add some theme to it. So maybe since winter is eventually approaching, some kind of like snowy view. I think this has some contrast problems, but it's a good experiment. And then this is another attempt to de-emphasize the focus on the roads and make it easier to see things moving around. And you'll notice that Northeast 45th Street here has a different color than I-5 underneath. This is actually kind of useful to distinguish highway roads from arterial and residential, even when zoomed in on the map. But this view also still has some problems. It's still hard to see what's going on with pedestrians, I think. This experiment, I don't know if anything's going to become of it. If at some point there will be some kind of night mode rendering, it'd be nice if cars had headlights. I don't particularly think these weird triangle shapes look like headlights, but it was something. So then getting into a little bit more about communicating information about buildings. So right now, all of the buildings in AB Street, many of them are residential, but a bunch of them have commercial amenities, and we get this data from OpenStreetMap. It's quite useful to know why a lot of people are like walking around a particular place, or why there's a lot of contention for parking around certain streets. And if you can see what shops are located in certain buildings, I think this would help the player understand what's going on a little bit. So these are actually icons from the OpenStreetMap website. We're just bringing them in and attempting to put them on the building in a column. And I think this needs a lot of work to space the icons a little bit better, and maybe color them to change the emphasis. But this is the first experiment. So another thing that we were working on today was trying to communicate the size of a building. Like a single family home is very different than like a high-rise downtown that has 100 or 200 apartments in it.
1 minute.
So 1 minute left or 1 minute?
1 minute left.
Oh, okay. So yeah, thick outlines. I don't think this looks too interesting. Some other attempts are getting a rooftop to draw height. This was a first attempt that looks kind of strange. This is an attempt that looks a little bit better. This is a weird trick with the top-down perspective where you can kind of show the height of a building, even though you're not really picking any particular angle. But I think this is kind of confusing. We found this piece of inspiration here, and I think it looks kind of nice, but there are problems with the building, including the road. Oh, great. And so then there was another attempt to render shadows off of a building, but it has some issues. And then this is one of the things we came up with towards the end, which just picks a 45-degree angle and kind of draws all the buildings in isometric style so you can see height of different buildings. And so this potentially opens up space to see more information. So another experiment was bringing in parcel data.
That's the hard stop, Dustin.
Ah, cool, thanks.
Excellent. Thanks for showing all of those experiments. I didn't know it was possible to try that many different things all in such a short time span. So that's great to see the iteration taking place.